Okay, our next guests are one of Hollywood's favorite couples. Now they're hosting the best podcast ever. That's actually the name of the podcast. We press a button to their lavish podcast studios. It's Raven-Symone and Miranda Maday. Hi, guys. How are you?
We're doing well. How are you?
Really good. I like your lighting. I like your big microphones and your big chairs. Congratulations. Third wedding anniversary last month.
Yes, 3 years in and thriving and businessing.
Okay, let's talk about the businessing part. We call this podcast the best podcast ever. Raven, you're a smart person. You know that raises expectations.
Most definitely, and we achieve them every single time. My wife and I host the best podcast ever. Babes, tell them what it's about.
Well, it's about everything and anything you want it to be. We spin a wheel, it lands on a random word, and then we talk about it. And we play games. It's cool. It's a unique format. We have fun.
We have the best guests ever, too.
Well, yeah, you have this great lineup of guests. I was Demi Lovato, Jojo Siwa, Kiki Palmer, Howie Mandel. Raven, you tell me, are these people? Are you going through the friend Rolodex, or people are just interested in coming on?
We call it the DM syndrome. Okay, but a lot of the people, yes, we are friends with, but we have been in everyone's DM to make sure that they come on to this show. It is the best. But at the same time, eventually, you know, we'll get official bookers. But this is all personal connections. This is all between my wife and I and friends reaching out for sure.
Miranda, Raven, as you know, has been in the public eye basically forever. How do you like all this stuff? How do you like doing stuff in front of cameras, in front of microphones?
Well, as I sit here in front of a camera and a microphone, it's a roller coaster. It's a whirlwind. It's fun. It's also feels a little kind of natural. I'm not bothered by it. I enjoy the process, but you got to stay grounded. That's what I'm learning as well.
Okay. What do you mean by that? The lights and cameras tend to make one not grounded?
I think it can potentially. I think there's just so many moving parts and pieces, and then when people also start recognizing you, or your life changes a little bit, pace just changes. You have to think a little bit more before you act or post or say. So yeah, I think that what I mean by staying grounded is having good people around you, staying centered in yourself, and remembering your priorities.
Very good. You know, Raven, I was thinking, when you and I first started talking to one another, which was a long time ago, the idea of, hey, here's Raven and here's her wife, that kind of thing, that never could have come up. When do you think that shifted, not only in the public's mind, but in your own mind?
Well, I know exactly when it shifted in my own mind, when Obama signed the bill that gay marriage was viewed and accepted. Then I had the ammunition to fight anybody because the government was on my side at the time. And, you know, between you and me, even before that moment, I didn't even share my personal life when I was dating men. It's a journey. Every single generation moves the needle forward. And I'm just excited to be a part of the one and in the mindset of this generation, which allows for self-acceptance and authenticity.
There we go. Very well said. We will leave it there. And of course, Raven and I united on screen in a great episode of That's So Raven called Unhappy Medium.
Okay.
So in any event, we'll tell you that Raven and Miranda's podcast, the best podcast ever, is out now, available anywhere that you get your podcast.